Hello students. In the last class we have seen different types of solutions, that is ideal and non-ideal solutions, and we have discussed the way for classification of solution into ideal and non-ideal. And ideal solutions are those which obey Raoult's law at all concentrations of the solution. If they do not obey, then such solutions we call them as non-ideal solutions. And we know that in a non-ideal there are two types of solutions. One which shows negative deviation from the Raoult's law, and the other which shows positive deviation from the Raoult's law. Then question arises, how do we classify them? So the classification of solutions into different categories depends on the type of bonding between solute solvent and solute solute, solvent solvent. Then see students here. For a solution to be ideal, the bond strength between solute and solvent molecules must be almost similar to the solute molecules and solvent molecules. If the bond strength is similar, then we call such solutions as ideal solutions. And if bond strength is not similar, or if it is different, then we call them as non-ideal solutions. In non-ideal, if the bond strength between solute solvent is more stronger than solute solute and solvent solvent, then we call it as negative deviation, the solution which shows negative deviation from the Raoult's law. And if the solute solvent bond strength is weaker than the bond strength of solute solute and solvent molecules, then such solution we call it as positive deviation, the solution which show positive deviation from the Raoult's law. Is that clear, students? It means, are you noticing this? This entire classification just depends on the bond strength between solute solvent and solvent solvent, solute solute bond strength. Clear, students? Now in this video we will try to understand how to judge whether the given solution is ideal or non-ideal just by looking at the given example. Clear, students? Now let's go for the examples of ideal and non-ideal solutions. Based on the examples, we may get one clue by which we can identify whether the given solution is ideal or non-ideal. Let us look at this now soon. Let us consider the examples for ideal solutions. See students here, N-heptane plus N-hexane can form ideal solution. Ethyl bromide and ethyl iodide can form ideal solution. Chlorobenzene, bromobenzene can form ideal solution. Like that, if you notice this, we guess the following. See students here, there is no much difference in the molecular formula of two substances. See students, N-heptane, N-hexane. There is a similarity between the two. Just one CH2 group is different. Here, just halogen is different. Family is same. Halogen family is same, but halogen is different. One is bromine, another one is iodine. Now here also same. Look at this. One is benzene, another one is, one hydrogen is substituted by methyl group. That means it is also having similar molecular formula. There is no much difference in the molecular formula. Now look at this CCl4 and SiCl4. Well, this analysis indicates that if the molecular formula of the two solutions are same or similar, then such solutions can form ideal solutions, or that such solutions will show ideal behavior, or such solutions obey Raoult's law at all concentrations. Is it clear, students? So can we conclude that similarity in the molecular formula is the key to remember whether the given solution, mixture of solutions, is ideal or not. Clear, students? Now look at this. Let's pass on to the examples for positive deviation. See students here, positive deviation stands for, see student, bond strength of solute solvent is, see students, weaker than solute solute and solvent solvent. Clear, students? If it is weaker, then it will show positive deviation. See here, bonding between H2O and H2O is stronger. Ethanol and ethanol is stronger. But bonding between ethanol and water is weaker. And you notice this. You notice here, there is a lot of difference between the molecular formula of the two substances. So what we can conclude out of these examples is, if the molecular formula is greatly differing from one another, and if the bonding between the two upon mixing is found to be weaker, then it will show positive deviation. Is that clear, students? See, one clue is this: weak bonding should be there. That is, most of the time hydrogen bonding will occur. If weak bonding is noticed, then it will show positive deviation. And primary criteria is this: there is a great difference in the molecular formula of the two substances. Same is the case with this also. Clear, students? Now let us look at the examples for negative deviation. Here also there is a great difference in the molecular formula of the two substances. One is, for example, one is CHCl3, another is benzene. Clear, students? See, one is aromatic, another is non-aromatic. That great difference is there. Now look at these examples here. Ideal solutions. There is similarity in the molecular formula. Clear, students? Therefore, if that great difference is there and the bonding between the solute and solvent, if it is stronger, then we notice that these can be the examples for non-ideal solutions having negative deviation. Clear, students, here? Okay. One thing what we should remember is, to water you add any acid or any base, strong, that must be strong acid or strong base. Strong acid or strong base, if you add, that will show always negative deviation from the Raoult's law. These are some clues. Once if you practice, then definitely you will be able to guess whether the given solution is ideal or non-ideal. Clear, students?